Hello, Meenakshi, and welcome to our platform of First Attempt. Let us start this with a brief introduction of yours.
Okay. Uh, Hi, Avantika. I'm honored to be invited to your platform. So, about me, I am Meenakshi. I am a CMA finalist and a BCom grad. I have secured as 48 and as score in my CMA exams, and I'm also a writer on LinkedIn and Instagram. And my hobbies include reading novels and music. Yeah.
Meenakshi, what inspired you to pursue CMA and how your journey have been so far?
So, yeah, when I opted for commerce, I had no idea accountancy would end up being my favorite subject. But then, if you choose commerce, the only options are like CA, CMA, and CS, right? And everyone in my class were continuously yapping about CA. So I thought I should do CA as well. But then pandemic happened, schools closed down, and I had a convo with my mom, and she told that she had done CMA, but she couldn't clear it due to some reasons. So I thought it would be great if I could finish my mom's pay. And the journey has been amazing so far. And the All India rank ceremonies have been an icing on the cake. Seeing my parents' proud face on the awards ceremony is like a trophy to me. Yeah.
That's great. And the one of the very, I think, beautiful part of your journey is that you're fulfilling your mother's dream. That's really a cherry on the cake. Okay, so Meenakshi, achieving AIR 4 in CMA Foundation and then again a rank in CMA Intermediate. So it is really incredible because in the professional exams, we all know the professional exams are a bit tough. So how you managed your studies and what strategies you follow?
So for my CMA foundation, I had fully online classes. So yeah, I had plenty of time left to revise the four subjects again and again. So I practiced a lot of questions from RTP, MTP, previous years, and the only strategy I followed was to completely stick to the institute study map and also the RTP and MTPs. So I think it helped me on a great level. And for my inter, I was on a roller coaster. Everything was offline. I had to run from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I was just exhausted at the end of the day. It took me some time to adapt to the schedule. So after that, I was back on track. Every day after finishing college and classes, I used to come and practice sums. I used to read until I was exhausted. I was so tired. I used to study only for 1 hour a day. But I think attentively listening to classes help me come a long way. If you can't read, if you have been observant in your classes, if you have observed everything your faculty teaches, I think it can help you a lot, especially if you are doing both college and CMA. So I would advise the aspirants that it's your choice. You have chosen CA, CMA, or CS. Avoid any kind of negative thoughts creeping in your mind. Your mental health, physical health is completely going to go for a toss. But you have to be ready for all that and keep going. The reward at the end will be really satisfying to you.
Yeah, that's great. It clearly depicts that how beautifully you managed your offline classes, then self study, and along with your regular college. So, Meenakshi, this is about when your preparations are going on, that you are going for your offline classes and then doing self study. But what about during the revision period? What was your schedule at that point of time?
So I think I my offline classes ended only a month before my exams. I had my inter on January 5. It was starting on Jan 5. My classes ended on December 7th or 8th something.
Okay.
So I had a lot of studying to do. Keep aside revisions. I had to study that chapters first. So I think I had no time for revision at all. I think it was completely studying and studying only. But yeah, I think it's somehow a miracle I managed to pull off without doing multiple revisions. But as I said, if you don't have any time to revise again, the time you are studying for the first time, please absorb the concepts. I think it
Hmm.
will help you a lot. If you don't have any time, if you can't practice any MTP or RTP, and if you are studying, please absorb the concepts. You can just ma- mark the adjustments and keep it aside. And I think it will help you because for me, I had time for my CMA foundation, but my CMA it was a completely different journey. I had to do both college, offline classes, and then study. So yeah, I think the time I studied, I did it effectively, and I absorbed the concepts. So I think it helped me.
Okay, so Meenakshi, what's your call on writing a mock test paper or revision test paper, and how many papers you have written by your hand?
So for my CMA foundation, I think it was fully the MCQ pattern, right?
Okay.
So I think MCQ means you have to just learn the shortcuts and all. You don't have to write anything. And the institute also had an online MTP platform for MCQs. So just gave so many MCQs under for the all the four subjects. For my inter, frankly, I hadn't even tried any mock test at all. So yeah, I think the limited time I had left, I had to study the remaining chapters and make most of the time. So yeah, as I said, writing your RTP, MTP is an advantage and it will help you a lot. Maybe if I had also written that, I would have scored a higher rank maybe. But yeah, in the time left, I hadn't written anything. But as I said, observing the concepts helps you a lot. So yeah, but if you have time, please attempt TP, MTP, or any mock. It will help you a lot.
Yeah, so the priority thing is to focus on the concept and then go for the MTPs.
Yeah, if you can't even finish the chapters, then there is no use of attempting any mocks, right?
Correct, correct. So, Meenakshi, at one point of time, it doesn't matter you are a topper student, you are an average student, but the difficulties, the hurdles comes in everyone's journey. So, what hurdles and challenges you have faced during your preparation?
So I think that uh, as my CMA inter started, as I said, my offline classes, college, everything started simultaneously. So yeah, after sitting 2 years at home, I was out with friends again, and you want to enjoy a bit, right? After being cooped up in your home so long. So I think I just went along the flow. I didn't study in the initial months. I just went outside. I just went for films and everything. So I think if you haven't written any exams at all for 2 years, CMA foundation was an MCQ and it was an home-based exam, right? So yeah, after being completely disconnected from the exam world for up to 2 years, getting back on track with studying every day consistently is the challenge I faced. Every day I would be exhausted. I wouldn't have any motivation at all to pick up the book and read. So I think only after some time had passed and in July and August, some sense creeped into my brain and I started to say, okay, I have to do now. Exam is in January. I have to study now. So then, yeah, if you have a complete break from studies, I think it is so difficult to get back on track. And I think it's the same case on my CMA final journey also. After my CMA entered, I was on a complete holiday for 2 months. And again, you have to be on the classes, college, and prep schedule. So I think getting used to that is a challenge on its own.
Okay. Yeah, so Meenakshi, I was asking that being in a regular college, it was a positive thing for you or created any hurdles in your preparation?
I think it was both. Uh, During my 2 years of college, I think half a semester was in online mode. I think I must have complained about it so many times to my mom and dad. They had advised me to drop out in this second year itself. I was like, I can't do it. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. I can't do it at all. I have to drop out. I can't do both CMA and college with offline classes. It's sort of very difficult. You have to start from my home at 7 a.m. and I was reaching back by 8 p.m. in the night. Okay, it was like a half a day completely gone in fully classes and college. And I think I was literally exhausted at the end of third year, you know. But now, as I'm uh, sitting at home and thinking about it, the friendships I forged in college or they are how I managed both my CMA and college. I think how I manage the stress of it. I think it was worth the struggle, you know. If I had done CMA alone, I wouldn't have the friendships I had got. They were my rock throughout my journey. Every day, at least I had something to look forward to in my classes, you know. Everyone in my group was doing CMA, okay? So all of us were in the same subject. We would give each other motivational talks. We would cheer each other up. And at the time, I wasn't aware of all that. But now, after finishing my college, I think it was worth the struggle. But I think you have to think twice before opting for both regular and offline classes for CA or CMA, etc. It can be you will be exhausted by the end of second or third month. You will have no encouragement to continue further, and I think it depends upon the person. But at the end of the day, I would advise everyone to opt for regular college because I think it will give you the skill of time management. You will be hustling so many tasks together, assignments here, classes there, studies here, seminars there, and I think it will give you the skill of time management, how to face the stress. So you know, I think it would be advisable to go for both. You know, so, yeah,
Yeah. So, Meenakshi, what happens if we are doing any professional course or any course which needs a lots of, that studious part? So, a person may seems to be a like bookworm, but along with that, you also need to focus on your personal growth along with your professional one. So, how did
yeah.
you work on that part in your life?
Um, I think yeah, if you for CA, you will always be immersed in books. I think it's the I think everyone think that that that's the stereotype, you know, but it
Yeah.
isn't actually. I had loads, you know, I will say this. If you're opting for CA, CMA or CS, you don't want to look back and regret the journey, you know.
Hmm.
I think everyone want you should have some fun in these years. I mean, it's like 18 to 22, right? You're peak age to have fun. If you're completely immersed in books or if you're completely attending classes, in in your later life, if you look back, you will regret it completely. So I think we, we should enjoy also, focus on studies also, and as a person, we should improve ourselves, you know, because I think the fear of failure was was literally haunted in me. I think before every attempt, I would used to cry to my parents, should I appear for this attempt and all. I think as the journey progressed from foundation to inter to final, I think I grew as a person. I was more mature, you know. My mom always used to say that if you are doing CMA, then act like it. At least in your foundation and inter, you are still a student, you know. In final, you have to be more mature. You have to approach things in a different manner. And as a professional, you know, I think I have got that scolding so many times from my mom. She always used to say, "We're still a school kid. You know, you don't approach things in the as from the perspective of a CA or CMA or CS." You know, so I think if you're doing this course, it automatically improves your personality. It uh, nurtures your personal growth. You become more mature. You know how to handle things in a proper manner. So yeah, I think the entire journey is not only post academics. It's more. It's just a lot more than academics.
Yeah. Okay. Even I'll agree that it's not just about being with your books, but your personality should speak about your degree. So it is
Yeah,
very important to have that attitude as well. Because if you are a CA, if you are a CMA, so your personality should be like that. That professionalism
exactly,
should be there in your character. So yeah, very good
exactly.
point you pointed out. Yeah, and kudos to your parents that they are helping you in such a good way. So
Yes, of
here
course.
it reflects that how your parents are also helping in your journey. So tell me more about the role of your parents in your journey, how they're supporting you, how they are helping you.
Um. So uh, for my CMA inter, my journey was only you know, it was limited to like some fear of appearing in the attempt or how to handle so much subjects. So I approached my parents and they advised me that even if you go for four papers, it's okay. You can appear for the remaining four in the next attempt they advised me like that, but at the end of the day I wanted to give 8. But yeah, those words coming from their mouths, I think it acted as a shield from my fears. I i instantly wanted to go for 8 papers. I think our parents will be there for us no matter what, even if you pass or not pass. They will always be there as a part of your life, and I think they play an important role. But my CMA foundation and final, both of my grandparents were sick. We were running from hospitals to home, and my mom was completely in the hospital. So I haven't faced that kind of situation before for any of my school exams. It was just limited to the academic journey. And for my CMA final, it was a complete toss. My grandmother was in the hospital, and you must have heard about the Chennai floods, right? There was a rumor that the CMA exams were going to be postponed. Our center was completely flooded. We didn't even know if we are going to appear for the exams the next week. And throughout it all, my parents bear the rocks for me in this journey. They always advise me to go strong, be strong, appear for the attempt, no matter the outcome. You know, so I think they are the invisible pillars of support in your journey, and they will be there for you no matter what. All from your side is the effort and the sincere hard work it takes, and I think they will be there for you.
Yeah, correct. The backbone of our life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, Meenakshi. So I think you have summed up your journey really well. So the last thing that I would like to ask is that the one tip you want to give the aspirants who are preparing for CMA Interior Foundation.
Um, you know, these exams are just a chapter of your life. Treat it in that manner. I have seen people become so obsessed with this course, they lose their individuality and their own mind. They their mental health and physical health completely goes for a toss, and they ignore everything around them. So yeah, I think you have to treat it. It's a part of your life. Even if you don't clear it, your life will go on. You will be having more better things to look forward. If it's clear, it's okay, well and good. If you even if you don't, you, you will have some some amazing things to look forward later in your life. And please keep that in your mind. Put your sincere hard work. Put in your sincere efforts. Be honest to yourself, and the reward will be amazing. Even if it's not this one, even if it's not what you expect, the reward at the end will be amazing if you are sincere and hardworking. So yeah, please don't become obsessed with this course. It's a part of your life. Treat it in that way.
Yeah, very true. So, Meenakshi, one last thing is
Okay.
one student have a question that how did you manage your studies along with your hobbies?
If you offer this course, I would advise everyone your hobbies have to take a sideline. You
Yeah.
can't just focus on them completely as you did when you were in school. So yeah, I think I pursue classical music. And in my school, I was attending classes, every weekend. I was consistent throughout. But after I opted for this, I missed some classes. But I keep in touch with it. Don't lose your hobbies completely,
Hmm.
but they have to be kept aside for some years until you finish this course. I think it will be for the better. After you qualify, you can do it fully. And I think you will do it even more happily after you become a CA or CMA. You have finished that part of your life. You are a qualified professional now, and you can focus on your hobbies even more. But you will also acquire new hobbies in this journey of 4 to 5 years. I started to write during my CMA inter journey. Some random night, I took up my phone and I started to write something. And after 2 years, I am writing so much on LinkedIn and also Instagram. So yeah, you will find new hobbies in this journey, and also keep in touch with your old hobbies. Focus on them after you finish your exams. Those 2 months you get, you can fully focus on them. But during your study period, focus on your studies, keep in touch, but don't fully go into your hobbies. You will always have time, but don't lose it completely. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. I believe that it is a very good way to refresh yourself because studying for the whole day is so stressful and
Exhausting.
frustrating, exhausting. Correct. So if you will do something which you like, which you enjoy, so you can come back with a very fresh mind. So it will help you
Yeah.
in your study as well. So yeah, that's about it. I think I'm done with my
If you
question.
just, sing for 5 minutes in this break,
Yeah, yeah,
just hum
yes,
some tune, you'll be really happy, you'll be
correct,
like
correct.
singing some tune, you'll be transported to a different world. And yeah, I think hobbies will always help us. And I also read novels. So if I
Okay.
find something exhausting, I'll just read a novel. Hobbies always helps us to be refreshed.
Yes, yes, correct. Okay, so Meenakshi, I'm done from my side. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And we're very glad to have you and wishing you all
Uh,
the best on behalf of our whole team of First Attempt. So all the very best for your future.
Thank you so much for inviting me to speak. As I am suffering from stammering, I don't do so much of public speaking. I just keep to myself, and I am talkative, but I don't involve in speeches or something. But today I came out of that shell, and I think I am so happy to be speaking. It's a dream. It may be a small thing for everyone else, but for persons who suffer from stammering, speaking for others, speaking in front of an audience, speaking in front of third persons are just a nightmare for us. And I think I came out of that shell today. And the comfort level I shared with you, it's like talking to an old friend. So yeah, I enjoyed this podcast very much, and I wish all the best to your platform and to all the aspirants out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and even kudos to you for for the courage because many people are like still behind the bars. So they really need, and you are setting an example for them as well that you
Yeah,
need
I'm
to.
really happy from inside. I'm just okay. I
Yeah.
have broke out of that shell and I came out to talk. I'm just so happy. I'm just glowing.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
we can see it on your face. So we are really happy for you, and keep growing, and you will definitely do very, very good in your life. And yeah,
Thank you.
keep making everyone proud. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye bye. All the best.
Bye. All the best to you too.
Thank you. Thank you.